for securing the proper management, the RBI can by order suppress the boards of directors for a period of 5 years if they feel so that it is in the interest of public or even the depositors. Then there is section 36 AAB, which is on requisition by the RBI and order for winding up of the multi-state cooperative bank. So wherein they can, on requisition by RBI, winding up of multi-cooperative bank can be done. Then I had power of RBI. The topic was power of RBI, wherein I had section 36 AB. So under section 36 AB, RBI can appoint one or more additional directors if again they feel that it is in the interest of depositors or even the banking company. So they can do so. They can appoint additional directors. Then there was section 36 AC, part 2 2A to override other rules, wherein under this act any appointment or removal of director can be done by RBI if they feel so. Then there was section 36 AD, which talks about certain punishments. So for instance, if no one could obstruct any other individual from entering or leaving the bank legally, if the person does not follow any laws, then there could be a fine and a punishment also.
Can you tell me the preamble of RBI?
Preamble of RBI.
The class, please listen to all the questions I'm asking.
Ma'am, I guess the preamble is to regulate the issues of banknotes and keeping up of reserves with a view of securing monetary stability of India.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, ma'am. And next was the suspension and winding up of the business, wherein RBI has the power to suspend the banking companies. The banking companies could not by themselves voluntarily wind up their business unless it is certified by RBI.
Okay, what is lifting the corporate wheel?
Ma'am, lifting the corporate wheel is, I guess, you told us about Parda Uthana. Yeah, that is lifting the corporate wheel.
Class, for your pre-midterm, only company law and contract law you have to prepare nicely for your pre-midterm. Rest all you can leave it. No taxation and all, okay? Yeah, company law.
Yes, ma'am. And for suspension of business, there is a court liquidator which is appointed by central government, who then later on undergoes all the proceedings or performs all the proceedings which are regulated by High Court. And RBI can also be an official liquidator. So under this act, any bank of India, for example, State Bank of India, can act.
I want everybody on the screen, please.
Yes, ma'am. So any Bank of India, for example, again State Bank of India, can act as an RBI on behalf of RBI, can act as an liquidator, and then again follow all the proceedings which are necessary for winding up of the businesses.
Okay. I just wanted you to tell me what is patent right. Patent
right.
Or maybe what is infringement of patent right? What is the remedy for infringement of patent right? Just now we did not.
Yes, ma'am.
Injunction.
Ma'am, it is guarantee from the federal government for the security of investors.
Okay, the second one.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Suprita. It is injunction, stay order. Yeah. If I'm copying your patent, what will you do? Got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Next one, please brief your thing. Next one. Sukriti, you're not supposed to go away. I'll be reducing your marks, okay? This is for presenting yourself. Your class, you have to be present. That's why I'm taking it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There.
Because even I will switch off and I will ask you questions and go away.
No, ma'am.
Last time there was only 40 in the class. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken this 10 marks. I would have just asked you all to write down in brief and send it to me. Come on, the next one. The second one. We need to read the name of what now. Sumit. Sumit, yeah, please brief now. Start briefing your things fast. Sumit, what is your briefing? Come on. Sumit nahi hai kya? Where is Suyash?
Ma'am, Sumit is not in the class.
Yes, ma'am.
तो सुमित को कट कर देंगे हम लोग. Next one. 0 out 10 में से is getting 0. If you want, you can call him there right now. Afterwards, in the end, I can ask him. Sumit को 0.
Yes, ma'am. I'll call him.
Next one. Supriya. Now you.
Hi.
Yeah, Supriya, come on fast.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am, and all my dear friends. So our topic was RBI supervision. So I would just brief about it that RBI is the central authority of all the banks that are national and banks in India. And it also is involved in the supervision of various functions that are being performed by the bank. So the main objective is that firstly, it performs as a supervisory function under the guidance of Board of Financial Supervision, that is BFS, and this board was constituted in November 1994. And
What is the
as a
importance of
committee of
supervision?
Central Board of...
What is the importance of supervision?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it is to undertake the consolidated supervision of financial sector, basically to make sure that everything is on place. And first is, as one of the function is banker to bank, as it acts as. So it is, so the banks maintain some amount of reserve with the RBI, so that
What is the
in
main?
terms of...
Why is the supervision taking place?
Ma'am, the main importance is that everything is being performed well as per the rules and regulations, and to maintain liquidity.
If you are from RBI, why do you supervise the other banks?
So that
Scams that is taking place.
yes, ma'am.
What are the scams that is taking place?
Ma'am,
Due to what do you mean by NPA?
Ma'am, supervision is
ma'am, non-performing assets.
So Supriya, speak that, na? So that the non-performing assets are supervised. So what is camels there? What is camels there?
Ma'am, camels is one of the... Ma'am, the constitution that is being
What is C
governing
for A, for M, for E, for L, for S, for? What does RBI supervise? Why is the Sahara scam happen? Why is the Kingfisher scam happen? Look at that. You got a teacher from Reserve Bank and this is happening. Yes, Swati.
yes, ma'am. The supervision is done so that the crimes that are happening in this banking industry reduces, and so that we can control over them, so that these scams does not happen. Recently, yesterday also there is a news of fraud, banking fraud regarding various cases. Yeah, various banks are involved.
So what is that I spoke about? CAMELS. C for capital, A for asset. What is that?
Ma'am, it is capital
Adequacy.
Adequacy. M for C, capital adequacy.
What you all are doing? What degree you all are going to get? M for what?
Ma'am, camels is capital adequacy, asset quality, management, earnings, liquidity, and
your project you are all speaking. So how to 10? How much do I give?
And it is an international rating.
It is a weapon in the hands of RBI when they inspect the bank. Supervision is a very important function of RBI.
Yes, ma'am. The RBI grants license to banks and controls the opening of new branches. That means the bank has the RBI has the control over different banks, and it keeps checking the number of branches, and if any branch needs to be opened, there should be proper documentation and licensing should be done by the RBI, and banks should get the particular permission from RBI. The RBI controls all the banks. Then bank inspections are done, so that if to put a control over it, so that if there is any mishap or anything happening, that can be caught and could be conducted really well, so that these fraud doesn't occur. Then control over non-banking financial institutions. That means the non-banking financial institutions are also under control of RBI, so that other non-financial institutes doesn't cross their borders, so that there is a there is a control, so that these non-financial banks also have a regulation, the process of doing anything. They have a supervisor, so that they can work in an efficient way. Then there is an implementation of the deposit insurance guarantee scheme,
Yeah.
DICGC.
What is DICGC standing for? Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Scheme. है ना?
Scheme? Yes, ma'am.
Your MCQ question is this on banking. Okay. What does DICGC stand for?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me? Can you tell me on your pollution law? Just now we spoke on strict liability. What is that, Supriya? Okay, Supriya, you speak on the contract law. You are done. The exemplary damage.
Yeah.
The exemplary damage. What is that? Breach of contract, है ना? What
Yes,
is
ma'am.
that? Anticipatory breach of contract and breach of contract. है ना? What is the remedy for breach of contract? What is the remedy for breach of contract? What is the remedy for breach of contract?
Yes, ma'am.
You
Supriya,
claimed na in the moot court exemplary damages,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
You
Yeah,
are-
the next one, roll number 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll number
Yes.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, ma'am. Suraj. Yeah.
Yeah, please tell me your names.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Ma'am, Sushant here.
Yeah. Sushant, what was your brief your project, please?
Yes, ma'am. The project is the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981.
Yeah.
So the objective of this act is to prevent and control the air pollution.
Yeah.
So this act extends to whole of India, and it is applicable to whole of India. The Air Pollution Act 1981 came into force on such a date as central government may by notification in the official gazette appoint. So the definition of air pollution as per the act is according to section 2B of the Air Pollution Act 1981, air pollution means the presence in the atmosphere of any pollutant. Section 2A also defines what do we mean by air pollutant. So air pollutant means any solid, liquid or gaseous substance present in the atmosphere in such concentration as may be intended to be injurious to human beings and to the environment.
Yeah.
So in this act, they have covered the boards constituted for prevention and control of air pollution. So there are two boards: Central Pollution Control Board and State Pollution Control Board, which governs the rules and regulations for the prevention and control of air pollution. So there are various functions of these pollution boards, such as advise the central government on improving the quality of air, plan and execute the program for the prevention and control of air pollution.
Yeah. So these are the which is a famous case.
Ma'am, the case study is Taj Trapezium case study. So in that case study, the MC Mehta has filed a case in the Supreme Court regarding the Taj Mahal marble has turned into yellow due to air pollution.
Acid rain.
because of the nearby factories emitting the air, polluted air. So
Yeah.
in that case, so in the under the provisions of Air Act, the UP Control Pollution Board has listed 292 industries as a offender in air pollution, and so they have served notice to them, and then they were asked to relocate themselves or use natural gas as a industry fuel.
Yeah. So they have been ordered to use natural gas, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a famous case. So we just did now. What was the word that Supreme Court coined? PP.
Hello.
PP. What is that PP standing for? Exemplary damages should be paid by the people
Pol-
Precautionary principle.
yeah,
Polluters pay principle.
yeah, polluter pay and also the precautionary principle.
Principle.
Yes, ma'am.
Precautionary principle.
Principle.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the next one who's that? Suraj.
Yes, ma'am.
One brief your project, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So the project was on the Banking Regulation Act 1949.
Yeah.
So before going to my topic, that is a restriction on the loans and advances, I would like to tell what are the primary activities of the commercial banks. So
Yeah.
basically, the primary activity of the commercial banks includes maintaining deposits accounts. Second is issue of checks and pay of checks, and third is collection checks for the bank's customers.
Yeah.
This Banking Regulation Act applies to nationalized banks, non-nationalized banks, and cooperative societies.
Yeah.
Now coming to my topic, that is a restriction on loans and advances. So you as a manager or CEO of any bank, you cannot give loans to everyone. So so there are some restrictions by the Banking Regulation Act. So the first was you cannot grant any loans or advances on the security of its own share.
Yeah.
Second is you cannot enter into the commitment for granting any loans or advances or on behalf of any of its director. Second, any of its director, partner, manager, employees, or guarantor. Third is as any company or a government company which is a banking company is a director or managing agent, manager, employee, or a guarantor who holds the substantial interest. As we have also discussed the case study of Chanda Kochar case. In that case,
Undue inducement, undue
Yes.
advantage, undue
Yes.
advantage. Yeah, very
Yeah, so-
important in this Banking Regulation Act. Okay,
yes.
Banking Regulation Act. Yeah.
Yeah, so in that case, Chanda Kochar, who was a managing director of ICICI Bank, and she was accused in the CBI FIR of allegedly receiving illegal gratification through
Yeah.
her husband, through her husband Deepak Kochar from Videocon managing director VM Doot for sanctioning
So
a.
what is that called in company law?
Sorry, ma'am.
What is that called in company law? The directors should not do the doctrine of DUV. क्या है? Doctrine of
Doctrine of ultraviolet.
ultraviolet. So beyond the power. Nothing should be done beyond the power.
Power.
So lifting the corporate. Supriya, you want to increase your marks or you are stuck up at 6 marks?
Yes, ma'am, I want to.
So why are you going away? Should I give class test? All will fail.
Sorry, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Or should I go off? I can just show the PPT and leave.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, come on, please tell me. Suraj.
Yes, ma'am. So in that case, so the Videocon managing director Dhut was for sanctioning a term loan of rupees 300 crores to the Videocon. So the agency is also probing allegation of quid pro quo, that is something in return to the grant to the loan of Videocon to the ICICI. And the fourth one is any individual in respect of whom by its director or a partner or a guarantor.
Suraj,
So
can
these
you
are the
Suraj, can you
Yes.
tell me check bouncing which section it is coming?
Yes, ma'am. It is basically due to the dishonor of the check. Section 138 applies, in which the civil and criminal proceedings are applied to the aggrieved party. So in that case, dishonor of the check, the party can ask for that amount, or he can also go for the criminal proceedings like a penalty or penalty.
Thank
And
you. The next one. The next one.
Ma'am, Surbhi Khimani, I have Wi-Fi issues. It's getting fixed right now. So
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Continue.
Okay. So my topic is IRDA. I'll give a brief about what all things and terms are important and what IRDA is to the insurance company. As we have SEBI for the corporates, a regulatory body, and RBI as a regulator of the banks, IRDAI is a regulatory body for the insurer and the insurance party. It's an autonomous statutory body, and it regulates and protects the interest of the policyholders. It also provides license to the insurance intermediation, such as agents or brokers, and after specifying the required qualification. Now, there are certain roles and responsibilities of IRDA, which are to protect the interest and ensure just treatment. It also is to encourage and ensure the systematic growth of the insurance industry. And the authority must check the insurance scams and other misconducts. Now, with respect to insurance,
Surbhi, can you speak about hazardous? What do you mean by hazardous waste?
Ma'am, what? Sorry?
Hazardous. In environment law, what do you mean by hazardous waste?
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
give me an example?
In environment law.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, it can be the improper disposing or improper throwing of the hazardous waste, which can be a risk to the human health, basically, with respect to the gases or substance that are dumped in the open environment.
Yeah. Correct.
So it can either be, for example, it can be the groundwater getting improperly disposed, and it can affect the contamination of water, which is injurious to health.
Yeah. So just now we spoke about what is a patent rights. Under that, what is infringement of patent right? What a particular person can get the remedy. What is the remedy?
Ma'am, are we talking about the Taj Trapezium Act?
No, patent right, patent and copyright, patent, intellectual property right.
Intellectual property right is when someone is copying your stuff without your permission, you can sue them with an injunction that you have a stay order from it, and that you cannot copy it, and you get punished under the criminal and law proceeding. Those section applies.
And also claim exemplary damages.
Sorry. Claim exemplary damages.
The next one, please. Who's left?
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening. Surinder here, ma'am. Surinder Bassi.
Yeah, Surinder, speak your thing in brief.
Yes, ma'am. My topic is on Taj Mahal case. So I'll be talking about Taj pollution matter, MC Mehta versus Union of India and others writ petition. So the writ petition was filed by MC Mehta, advocate as a public interest litigation regarding pollution caused to the Taj Mahal in Agra. The petitioner also alleged that distant source of pollution were the Mathura refinery and Firozabad bangles and glass industries.
What was the judgment there?
So it was.
What was the judgment there? What was the judgment? What was the judgment by the Supreme Court?
Yeah, ma'am. Like it ordered, it gave direction to the Environment and Forest, ma'am. Ministry of Environment and Forestry, and also NERI.
Yeah. What is it?
So it was stated. It was.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, it gave an extensive study for Taj trapezium zone, ma'am. Taj. It means it is defined area of 10,400 square kilometer around Taj Mahal to protect monument from pollution, ma'am.
Yeah. So what are the powers of SEBI?
So
give me the powers of SEBI. Give me the powers of SEBI.
Ma'am,
Any power.
Powers of SEBI, ma'am.
What is the function of SEBI? Who is the regulator of corporate in India? Who is the regulator of
Supreme.
Corporate in India?
Hello, ma'am.
Who is the regulator of banking in India?
I'm SEBI.
RBI, ma'am. RBI. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Surinder, who regulates the bank?
Hello, ma'am.
Who regulates the banks in India?
Ma'am, SEBI, ma'am. SEBI.
RBI.
Who regulates the banks in India?
Hello.
RBI.
RBI, ma'am.
I said.
Who regulates the corporates in India? Corporates को कौन regulate करते हैं?
SEBI.
Ma'am, corporates with SEBI, na?
Surinder, what did you do when we were doing SEBI?
Ma'am, for corporate SEBI.
What do you mean by takeover? I'm asking all the questions
can you
for
repeat,
exam. Takeover. What do you mean by takeover? Okay, any one of you take over? What do you mean by takeover? Kingfisher took over
Ma'am,
Acquiring all the assets.
I'm acquiring the
acquiring on and acting as a behalf of a person.
Substantial acquisition of shares and voting rights. Substantial acquisition of voting rights, है ना? Yeah. Now, what are the offenses in check bouncing? What are the offenses in check bouncing, Surinder? Niti, you will get stuck up with 7 marks. Check bouncing आपने किया तो मैं आपको कहाँ ले जाऊंगी? कौन से कोर्ट में? आपने अगर मुझे चेक दिया 10 लाख का.
Yes, ma'am.
Without any balance in it. So which court I as a lawyer will take you? Civil court, criminal.
Supreme Court, ma'am.
Civil court or the criminal court? Civil court or the criminal court? Supreme court to last में जाएंगे.
Yes, ma'am.
It's both the civil court and the criminal court. So these are the problems when you all don't attend lectures. Such simple things. How will you click your interviews? Okay, what do you mean by promissory note? That's there over there. What do you mean by promissory note? It's there on the screen now. A check is a promissory note, right? A check is a promissory note. So define a promissory note. One of you, come on. Okay, next one. Don't worry.
Promissory note and promise.
Yeah. Correct. Oh, there it is there. Your screen cannot be seen.
Written promise, like the one party confirms to pay to the another party.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. There was some disturbance.
Okay. Yeah, tell. Promissory note. What do you mean by promissory note?
Ma'am, a promissory note is a financial instrument and
Who's
it contains
speaking
a written promise.
Who's
Ma'am,
speaking?
Supriya.
Supriya?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, it contains a written promise, like one party promises the another party to pay a sum of money on a specified date.
Okay.
Just like a check.
Okay. Swati, can you tell me the definition of a check?
Yes, ma'am. Check is a note where we do the transaction with the bank. It is a mode through which we can transact with bank.
Okay, Swati, just give your this thing in brief. No, what did you speak on brief? Your project.
I spoke about the supervision of banks, which under which I told the 4 points. Which
Not
are
Swati Menon. I'm talking.
Oh,
yes, ma'am. I haven't spoken yet, but my group is SEBI, and I have taken the topic of objectives, functions, and power of SEBI.
Yeah, speak the functions of SEBI.
So there are three functions, that is protective functions, regulatory functions, and developmental functions.
Please, class, listen to her now. An important question for your exam. Nobody's speaking properly.
Under the protective function, the SEBI checks price manipulation, it bans insider trading, it prohibits unfair and fraudulent trade practices.
Yeah.
Under regulatory function, SEBI governs a company's takeover, it regulates and registers the mutual fund as well, and it conducts audit and inquires of stock exchanges.
Yeah.
Under developmental function, it facilitates the training of the intermediaries, promoting of fair practices, and promotion of self-regulatory organization.
Yeah. So first 20 में कितना हुआ? बाकी के come on फटाफट. Which roll number is going on? Come on fast. Yeah. Who's the next one? Next one. Come on.
Ma'am, Swapnil here.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. My topic is monetary and non-monetary functions of RBI. So, as we know, RBI is the central bank of India, and it regulates all the banks in India. So, I'll be first talking about the monetary functions. So, there are 5 functions. So, first is it is a issuer of currency. So, the bank issues and exchanges or destroys currency and coins which are not fit for circulation. The main goal is in ensuring an adequate supply of clean and genuine notes in the economy. The second point is banker to government. So basically, it performs merchant banking function for the central and the state governments, and it also acts as their banker. The next is it is the banker to the bank. So it handles all the interbank transactions between all the banks. Next is it is a manager of foreign exchange in the country. So it acts under the FEMA Act, that is Foreign Exchange Management Act, 1999. So RBI buys and sells a foreign currency to maintain the exchange rate of Indian rupee versus foreign currencies like US dollar, euro, pound, and Japanese yen. And the next is control of credit. So basically RBI manages the monetary policy, the repo rate, reverse repo rate, and CRR, SLR. So basically they manage this rates to control the credit circulation in the economy.
Yeah.
The next are the non-monetary functions of RBI. So besides performing the traditional functions, so first is collection and publication of data. So this this data is basically all the financial data of in a country, the credit banking operation and foreign exchange.
You are the one who got selected, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you get selected?
JPMC, ma'am.
Very good. All the best. That is all the best. Very nice. Okay. Thank you so much. So can you tell me the oleum gas leak case in brief?
Oh, ma'am, I don't know about it.
It's there on the screen, ma'am. My screen is not shown.
Oh, ma'am, it's very small, ma'am. I cannot see it.
Okay.
It's not visible.
Okay. Tell me the MC Mehta versus Union, the Bhopal gas tragedy. The Bhopal gas.
Ma'am, like there was a this tragedy happened in Bhopal where the gas, many people lost their lives due to the gas leak that happened.
Okay, Teja, can you continue with him? Can you continue this case for him? Oleum gas leak.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please come on.
So, ma'am, so many people lost their lives due to the leakage of dangerous gas.
Yeah.
And this case was killed by MC Mehta.
Swati, what's your full name?
Ma'am, Swati Maurya.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
No, let Teja speak. The
Okay.
Bhopal gas tragedy. The Bhopal gas tragedy.
Yes, ma'am. So it is referred as the Bhopal gas tragedy, and it was dealt by MC Mehta. So it was by the MC Mehta versus Union of India, and it was happened in somewhere around 1984 that time. I don't know the exact date.
Now only they told, na? What did the Supreme Court deliver? What judgment did the Supreme Court give in MC Mehta? PP, polluter pays. How can I give you marks, Teja? Okay, come on, brief your project.
So ma'am, my topic is about the National Green Tribunal Act 2010.
Tell me.
Hello?
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, ma'am. So, National Green Tribunal Act is an act of Parliament of India, which enables creation of special tribunal or body to handle the efficient disposal of the cases related to the environmental issues. And it is inspired from India's constitutional provision of Article 21, which assures the citizens of India the right to have a healthy environment. So coming to the preamble of the Act, so to provide for the establishment of a National Green Tribunal for the effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forests and other natural resources, including enforcement. Ma'am?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Enforcement of any legal right relating to environment and giving relief and compensation for damages to persons and property. So, coming to the structure of National Green Tribunal, the principal bench was set up in New Delhi, and central zone is in Bhopal, and western zone is in Pune, eastern zone is in Kolkata, and finally southern zone is set up in Chennai. And the type of cases handled by NGT. So, first one is environmental impact assessment and pollution limitations, coastal zone regulation, national parks, sanctuaries and wetlands, public interest litigation, forest clearance.
Come on, Tejas, speak about your Harshit Mehta scam.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, like we had a topic of SEBI, so to explain the importance of SEBI and how we thought of having Harshit Mehta case.
Yeah.
So Harshit Mehta, he was a stockbroker and he started his own securities firm in 1990.
Yeah.
And he misused his status to manipulate the stock prices of certain shares. So the thing which happened was when banks gave Harshit Mehta cash to purchase government securities owned by other banks, he invested this money into the stock markets, sold the purchased share at a profit, and after a period of 7 days or so, he completed the purchase of government securities and returned the money back to the banks. So it was unnatural inflation of stock prices which resulted in the bull run. So for one example, it is like ACC Limited, which has its share price at 200 rupees, it bursted and boomed to 9,000 rupees, which is like 4,400% increase.
Can you tell me the preamble? What do you mean by banking? What do you mean by banking?
That where you have lending and deposits of money with
Accepting the purpose of lending.
Accepting deposits for the purpose of lending.
So when the banking supervision is done, what exactly the RBI supervises?
Ma'am, RBI supervises the transactions of the commercial banks as well as the activities, and also keeps a check on the banks whether they have proper adequate liquidity, and also if the NPA ratio is not increasing, so that the deposits interest is in safe.
Okay, very good, Tejas. Okay, Tamanna, come on, speak about your project in short.
Yes, ma'am. I talked about the legal powers of RBI. So RBI, as we all know, is the regulatory of entire banking in India. It has the power to prevent the affairs of any banking companies which are being conducted in any manner detrimental to the interest of the depositor of the company. RBI it advises banking companies pertaining to whatever it is for caution and provision, and it also provides assistance to any banking company for the grant of advances and loans, and it also maintains an annual report to the central government, as it has to all the questions coming from the parliamentary RBI needs to answer them. Then it to ensure the efficiency of the performance of the banks, it inspects it inspects all the banking companies. Yes, ma'am, this was all.
So what do you mean by infringement of copyright? What are the different types of intellectual property rights? What are the different types of intellectual property rights?
I don't know. Sorry.
Copyright, patent. Come on, anyone of you. What are intellectual property?
Copyright, patent, trademark.
Yeah, trademark. So what was the case last time we did on trademark? We did a case on trademark, no? Anything, can you say the Dalal Mehndi case we did, no? Yes? Any one case you can tell me? What do you mean by geographical indication? What's an example of geographical indication?
Ma'am, can I try geographical indicate? It means that like for a specific region, something is more famous for it. So the example is Kashmira, we can say the shawls that we have, or basmati rice, basically. That is geographical indication.
Yeah. And what about your Kolhapuri chappal?
Yeah, Kolhapuri chappal, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what are the different types of IPR, intellectual property, right now? What are the different types of intellectual property?
We can say trademark, geographical indicators, and patent rights.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And one more?
Yeah.
Trademark, है ना?
Yeah, trademark.
So please let me know, one of you, the significance of monetary policy. The significance of monetary policy. What do you mean by monetary policy?
Policy is basically macroeconomic policy laid down by the central bank. It involves management of money supply and trade, and is the demand side economic policy used by the government of country to achieve macroeconomic objectives like inflation, consumption, growth, and liquidity. So talking about the significance of monetary policy, the significance of that, it control inflation and deflation under the Ministry of Finance through central bank. So central banks use contractionary monetary policy to reduce inflation.
Yeah. So what are the weapons of controlling credit?
So what they do is they reduce the money supply by restricting the volume of money banks can lend. By
What
this
is
they use.
What is CRR?
So, ma'am, CRR is basically that cash reserve, cash requirement, capital requirement.
Cash reserve ratio.
Cash reserve ratio, which the bank needs to keep with itself.
Yeah.
Bank needs to keep a reserve in case of liquidation. So they have a cash reserve.
Yeah, cash reserve. What is SLR? One of you can say, what is SLR?
Can I try? Statutory liquidity ratio.
Yeah, that's the statutory liquidity ratio. What is OMOS?
Open market
operations. Yeah, the next one, the next 5. Get ready, please. The next 5. The next 5. Thank you, all of you. The next 5.
Sorry, ma'am. My SEBI, like my part of explaining is
brief. No, then brief, no.
Yeah. So my topic was for reforms in SEBI taken by secondary market. The first is governing board. So the Indian state exchanges were controlled and managed earlier exclusively by the brokers, and it created conflict of interest, and it also failed to protect the interest of investors. So to end this and reduce the dominance of stock brokers, SEBI advised them to reconstitute the governing councils to provide for at least 50% non-brokers representation. So there were around 60% of members who were elected were from professional fields that we can say were from management, legal, and accounting, and 40% trading members.
Yeah.
The second was infrastructure. So the SEBI issued time-bound directives to all stock exchanges to introduce screen-based trading system, and this led to automated and computerized, which led to increase in efficiency and transparency both in trading system. The third was about the settlement and clearing. Recently, SEBI introduced that the settlement, like basically the settlement period is the time between the trade date and the settlement date. So if suppose I sell a stock today, I'll get the money 1 day later. So if I want to buy a stock, then I'll have to inject more money for it, which means that it will increase the liquidity in the market. Then talking about the debt market. it basically focuses on four things: efficient mobilization and allocation of resources in the economy, listing of debt instruments, investment range for FIIs, and financing the development activities by the government. The fifth is price stabilization. So basically this is done to keep a check on the unusual movement in the prices. So for this we can say circuit breakers are used in the system. The sixth is delisting. So basically when we remove the securities of the company
What do you
from
mean
the
by
stock
demat of
exchange.
shares? What do you mean by demat of shares?
Ma'am, we can say that when we trade, so that account is linked to our actual account. So the whatever shares of the company which we hold, that is traded into demat shares.
Yeah, correct. So yes, thank you all of you. The next
Thank you,
one,
ma'am.
Tushar Mehta,
Thank you.
Tushar Kashmire. What do you mean by holder in due course? Tushar Kashmire.
Thank you, ma'am.
Tushar Kashmire is absent, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Tushar asked.
Mehta. Yeah, his son, grandfather expired. Yeah. Tushar Mehta, come on, pass. Tiasha.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I begin?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Loud.
my topic was Banking Regulation Act 1949, which
Yeah.
is a legislation in India that regulates all banking firms in India. This act provides a framework under which commercial banking in India is supervised and regulated. This act gives RBI the power to license the banks, have regulation over shareholding and voting rights of shareholders, supervise the appointment of the boards and management, regulate the operations of the bank, lay down instructions for audits, control moratorium, mergers and liquidation. Now, these are some objectives of Banking Regulation Act 1949. The objectives are provision of the Indian Companies Act 1930 was found inadequate to regulate banks in India. Therefore, a need was felt to introduce a specific legislation having comprehensive coverage on issues related to the banking business in India, which is why the Banking Regulation Act 1949 was introduced.
Tiasha, can you tell me what is a CAMELS in supervision?
Yes, ma'am. CAMEL implies capital adequacy.
Yeah, you're going for banking interviews. Come on, fast.
Yes, ma'am.
C for capital adequacy. A for
asset allocation,
asset management,
asset quality. Then M for management, E for earnings, and L for liquidity. So,
what is the asset of a bank? What is the asset of a bank? If you're a banker.
Loans are assets of bank.
So what do you mean by bad debts?
Ma'am, bad debts are something which are not paid. Like if I am borrowing money from the bank and if I don't pay it back, then it will be called a bad debt.
Okay.
Which are
Under
accounts.
Under Environment Protection Law, what is the constitutional law we said today? Protection of environment. Any one case you can tell me? Just now we did, na?
Ma'am, the gas leak one?
Anything. Yeah.
Okay. So the oleum gas leak which occurred in Delhi.
What was the principle there from Supreme Court?
Ma'am, so one person died in the incident and a few
Only
of
one
them
person. Many of them, thousands were hospitalized.
Yeah, a lot of them were hospitalized. It was a case between MC Mehta and Union of India. So the gas leak occurred from Shriram Food and Fertilizers in Delhi.
Look at that, you told only one person. Now also people are giving birth to such children.
Yeah, ma'am, like whatever, because of that incident, like children
That
over there are
time.
deformed.
Yeah.
Whoever is born now is deformed.
Yeah,
So the
so
effect still continues till there.
yeah, look at that. The grievous things, Hana?
Yes,
So that is why environment law has been taken strictly, Hana?
Yes,
not to these people who were very young that time. When
yes, ma'am, and even after the
now
Bhopal
she is
plant
giving birth.
tragedy.
Now she is giving birth to such kids, right? So
Yes,
what are the remedies? What were the remedies? What were the exemplary damages, Hana, given to
Yes,
each one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Look at that, Hana?
Yes.
Look at that. These were the ramifications of the Bhopal gas tragedy, right, all of you? So please prepare all this very nicely. Okay. Next one. Yeah. Next one. Come on. Next one. Tamanna. Tushar, you can brief yourself, Tushar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So my topic was significance of monetary policy.
Yeah.
So the first significance is that they control inflation and deflation, which is supervised by central bank, which is under Ministry of Finance.
Yeah.
So central banks use contractionary monetary policy to reduce inflation.
Yeah.
That is, they reduce the money supply by restricting the volume of money banks can lend.
Yeah.
The banks charge higher interest rate, making loans more expensive for businesses and individuals.
Yeah.
So second point is availability of supply of money and credit charges of supply. So in case of inflation, the monetary policy is strengthened to reduce the money flow by increasing the interest rates of businesses and individuals to attain specific objectives of monetary policy.
Yeah.
Third point, they create regulatories like SEBI, NABARD, IDBI to maintain the regulation of monetary policy.
Yeah.
Fourth, during the pandemic time, there was no integrated interest rate structure. That's why the monetary policy wasn't so much effective because of wide disparity of rates among different sectors.
So, which was the gas during Bhopal gas tragedy? All of you know which are the gases. It might come for your MCQ. Okay, it can
methyl
come.
isolate.
Yeah, yeah. So, whose production does India position as compared to South Asia? So that is pesticide production, you know. So please read for your Article 48A. Offences by government department mentioned in which section of the Environment Protection Act? That is section 17. Okay, section 17. I'm not asking you the section because it's not so important for you all, but you need to know that the government is also responsible for such tragedy. The government is also responsible for tragedy. Even in the International Court of Justice, when India was taken because of this Bhopal gas tragedy, it was Indian government was asked to reply why exactly all these things are continuing to happen and why people should not be compensated. Even now people are getting compensated. Okay. Yeah, next one. The next 5 get ready, please. The next 5 get ready. The next 5. Come on, start briefing. Next 5. The next 5 start briefing. Come on, start briefing the next 5. You all want names or what?
Yes, ma'am.
The next in line 5. Who are the next 5? Swati got over, right? Yeah.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
see there. The next 10 get ready then. Come on. Come on, start briefing. Start briefing. Start briefing, please. Swati, Tamanna is over, right? Teja is over. Tejas Pandey over. Tushar Rastogi. Twinkle Sangvi. Right? Twinkle onwards. Onwards. I think so. Who is our CR? Vanshika, you're seeing na? Vanshika. Absent.
Yes, ma'am.
See, no, in row. They are there in line, no, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, help them out fast. This is getting recorded now.
Should I start?
Yeah, start.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, my topic was monetary policy and credit management of RBI. So,
Yeah.
I'll talk about the recent trends in monetary policy. So,
Yeah.
the Reserve Bank of India, in its monetary policy meet, decided to keep the key policy rates unchanged after the 2 emergency rate cuts amid the
Yeah.
COVID-19 disruptions.
Yeah.
So consequently, the repo rate stands unchanged at 4%, reverse repo rate at 3.35%, CRR rate at 3, and SLR at 18.
Yeah.
So I would brief about what is monetary policy of India. So it is a part of economic policy of government. So it influences supply of money, credit policy, and rate of interest. And it is formulated and executed by Reserve Bank of India, and it regulates banking system, and it creates favorable environment for saving and investment.
Yeah.
So next I'll talk about the preamble. So the preamble of RBI is to regulate the issue of bank notes and keeping of reserves with a view to securing monetary stability in India, and generally operate the currency and credit system to its advantage.
Yeah, correct. So what is the other function of RBI?
So there is monetary function, that is issuer of currency, banker to the government, banker to bank, manager of foreign exchange, and control of credit. And ma'am, there are non-monetary functions also. These include collection and publication of data, regulatory and supervisory, and development and promotion.
Yeah, very good. And what about the company law lifting the corporate veil? What do you mean by lifting the?
Ma'am, you said something about Parda Uthana.
What is that? What is the advantage of being a company? What is the advantage of being a company?
Ma'am, so that no fraud is being done.
Yeah, yeah. The advantages: independent legal status, perpetual succession, limited liability. But if SEBI files a court or any registrar of company, where is our Vaibhav registrar? If he files a case against any company, the court lifts the corporate veil. The court lifts the corporate veil, and that's why Subrata Roy was arrested. So that is lifting the corporate. In case of ultra-wire transactions, and in case of losses, in case of non-performing asset, in case of tax evasion. In case of tax evasion. Yeah. Next one. Who's the next one? Come on, brief your project. Next one, please brief your project.
Ma'am, it's Twinkle Shah. Next one is Twinkle Shah.
I'm Twinkle Shah here. Ma'am, my topic is on SEBI. So I'll be explaining about the measures which were undertaken by SEBI for the primary market. So there were 6 measures which were undertaken. First was entry norms. Second was promoters' contribution. Third was disclosure. Fourth was book building. Fifth was allocation of shares. And the sixth one was market intermediaries.
Yeah, correct.
So under the entry norms, the company should have a track record of dividend payments for minimum 3 years preceding the issue.
What are the different types? What are the different types of intellectual property rights? What are the different types of intellectual property rights?
Ma'am, intellectual property rights are the rights which are taken for the person's knowledge or the intellectual basis which he discovered something.
Give me an example.
Ma'am, an example could be like a simple example could be of a singer who has composed the lyrics of a song. So if other person copies that, then the intellectual property right is imposed on that.
Very good. Yeah, very good. So why was SEBI formed?
SEBI was formed because unfair trade practices used to happen, where Harshad Mehta scam also took place. Because of that, he manipulated the prices, and so to protect the investors' rights, SEBI was introduced.
Yeah,
and
correct.
Therefore, it regulated the securities.
Can you tell me check bouncing? What is the remedy for check bouncing? What is the remedy for check bouncing?
Yes, ma'am. Check bouncing is when you do the payment which overdraws your amount in the bank account. So therefore, check bouncing took place.
Yeah, correct. Now, just give me one example of Environment Pollution Act. one example of Environment Pollution Act.
Environment Pollution Act, ma'am.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
Anything now, they said, no, in the morning. Twinkle, you're scoring 9. You want 9.5, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Go on.
Ma'am, one second.
Abhi bola na, your friends told na. Example.
ट्विंकल को 11 चाहिए मैम आउट ऑफ 10.
MC Mehta versus Union of India. MC Mehta versus Union of India, है ना? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that? What 3 cases we did today? One, can you name?
Ma'am, Bhopal gas tragedy which took place.
Yeah, correct.
Because of the
Bhopal
gas leakage there.
Yeah, correct. Bhopal gas tragedy, है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the gas we told just now? And check on
methane or something like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The next five, come on, ready. Take the next five, come on, get ready, please. Your project in short.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. My name is Udit. And I spoke with my team about the Surface Eye Act, and my particular topic was how a bank manager would recover. So,
Udit, I'm seeing you first time.
Ma'am, it's because I grew my hair, so you don't recognize me right now.
Okay. Come on. Say.
Anyway, so there were 4 ways of recovering the money from the borrowers. The first one was to take the possession of the secured assets of the borrower, including the right to transfer by ways of lease, assignment, or sale of releasing the secured assets.
Yeah.
And the second way was to take over the management of the borrower, like the complete business of the borrower, including the right of transfer to the ways of lease and assignment or sale of.
Yeah.
And the third way was to probably appoint any person who could manage the secured assets.
Yeah.
And the position of that would be taken over by the secured creditor.
Yeah.
And the last way of doing it was you can send a notice in writing to any person who has acquired secured assets from the borrower.
Yes.
And I had also
Udit, can you tell me the 2-3 important functions of SEBI?
Any 2 important functions of SEBI?
Yeah.
First and foremost is to overlook about to avoid the fraud and to make sure that there are fair ways and means of transactions taking place within itself.
Correct. Next one.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Udit Saxena this side. Am I audible?
Yeah.
So, ma'am, my project title was Monetary Policy Instruments, both quantitative instruments and qualitative instruments.
Yeah.
So, as you suggested that this is an important topic. So, first quantitative instrument is bank rate. The interest rate at which RBI lends long-term funds to banks is referred to as the bank rate. And then there is open market operations, OMO. So in order to control money supply, the RBI buys and sells government securities in the open market. And the other is variation in reserve requirement, which includes cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio, SLR and CRR. So CRR basically suggests that the amount of deposit which a bank gets, they should keep aside. They should keep it as a security. And the SLR states that the amount which a bank is going to lend to the customers, a portion of that has to be kept as a security.
Where is Tushar Rastogi? Tushar Rastogi? Absent?
Yes, ma'am, he's not in the meeting.
Okay.
Can I continue, ma'am?
Yeah. Udit Saxena.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, say.
So the next is repo rate. So repo rate is the rate at which banks borrow from RBI on a short-term basis against a repurchase agreement.
Yeah.
And reverse of that is reverse repo rate. It is the reverse of repo rate. It is the rate at which RBI pays to banks in order to keep additional funds in RBI.
Yeah.
Yes, and then comes the qualitative instruments. So qualitative instruments, first is rationing of credit. Under this method, there is a maximum limit to loans and advances that can be made, which the commercial bank cannot exceed. And there are margin requirements. The margin refers to the proportion of loan amount which is not financed by the bank. So banks have to set aside a portion of loan which the person can avail. And the other is publicity. So through publicity, central bank publishes various reports stating what is good and what is bad in the system.
So
This all,
Uma Karandikar, Uma Karandikar, Umang Gupta, Urja, Urmi, Vaibhav, Vaibhav Birla, Vaibhav Kumar, Vaibhavi Taylor. Come on, all next ones. All the next ones fast. Come on, brief your projects, please. Brief your projects.
can I continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the next is moral suasion. In moral suasion, central bank persuades commercial banks to expand or restrict credit in line with the credit policy by appealing.
This is an important question
Yes,
for your
ma'am.
MCQ. For your MCQ. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It
What
is
is
considered as a psychological device to encourage or discourage for particular sectors. And last is direct action. So under this method, the RBI can impose an action against a bank if certain banks are not adhering to RBI's directives.
Yeah.
RBI may refuse to rediscount their bills and etc.
Correct. Yeah. So what is the Coca-Cola case? Do you all know what it pertains to? The Coca-Cola case. The Coca-Cola case, please. Maza. Patent, na?
Yes, ma'am. Licensing case.
Yeah. So what is that intellectual property right? What do you mean by intellectual property right?
Ma'am, intellectual property right basically means that if a person, these are the rights given to a person over creation of their minds or their thinking. Like if a person is singing a song or if a person is directing a movie and the whole script is copyrighted. So any other director cannot take it. And if he takes it, then he has to pay exemplary damages for that. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what are the remedies you said once again nicely? What
Yes,
are the
ma'am. So the
infringement of what
yes,
are the
ma'am.
remedies for infringement
So-
of intellectual property
Yes, ma'am.
rights?
Injection is the one of the remedy, and also from culprit we can ask for exemplary damages.
Yeah. Now come on, registrar. Brief your things for the class. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
ma'am.
being the registrar of the class. Come on, speak nicely now. A very important question for your exam you're going to speak. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
So basically, the team that I worked with, we covered SAFSI Act, and SAFSI Act was basically passed on December 17, 2002.
Very important. Yeah.
And it was to lay down the process to help the Indian lenders recover their dues, right? So basically, they've had a lot of non-performing assets and there were a lot of defaults. So SAFSI Act was passed on to help people recover their dues. If a borrower defaults on a loan, financed by a bank against a collateral security.
Class, please listen to this important question for your exam. One of your faculty is putting on SAFSI.
Then the bank, it will get sweeping powers to recover its dues from the borrower.
Yeah.
And and the SAFSI Act is actually the most important thing is it stands for securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of Security Interest Act 2000.
Yeah. So this is purposely for controlling all the things that used to happen, huh?
Yes, ma'am. And the main objective was to have an efficient and rapid recovery system of all the NPAs that the banks and the financial institutions they were suffering from. And we know a lot of cases where there has been a lot of non-performing assets, and there is a certain
delay. There was a delay in getting justice,
Yes,
the secured creditors could not get back the loan fast, and bad debts were increasing.
It allows the banks to recover their money, and there is a certain amount of non-performing assets that the bank can afford. And if that percentage increases, then obviously the bank is in trouble and they're not earning as they were supposed to. So SAFSI Act, the whole reason and the whole objective of SAFSI Act was to recover the money by attaching the security, the collateral attached to the property.
So class, please remember securitization of asset means attaching the property, The secured property, which is with the hands of the secured creditor, usually the banker. Yeah. Thank you so much, Vaibhav. Yeah. All for all that you did for the class. It's really thank you. And yes, next ones, Vaibhav Birla. Vaibhavi Taylor, Vansh Mehta is already the captain.
Ma'am, Urja and Urmi are left to be
Come on,
done.
speak now. Come on, speak. Speak. Urja, Urmi.
Sorry. Ma'am, can I go?
Yeah, speak.
Yeah, so good morning, good afternoon. My topic is about SEBI and FIIs. So for, FII is nothing but foreign institutional investors. So they are those investors which invest in the assets which belong to different countries other than the organization that they are based in. FIIs are allowed to subscribe to new securities or the already existing or issued securities. FIIs are very active in the Indian market of the IPO. IPO is nothing but initial public offer. And SEBI acts as a nodal point in the registration of FII. So basically, a foreign institutional investor may invest in securities, may invest in the securities in the primary and secondary markets. It may include shares and debentures, units of schemes floated by domestic mutual funds, dated government securities. Dated government securities are long-term securities with a fixed or a floating coupon rate, which are paid on the face value. Face value is basically nothing but the original cost of the share. The stock.
Yeah.
And also IDR. IDR is nothing but Indian Depository Receipt.
Can you tell me the section 138? Can you tell me section 138? Negotiable Instrument Act.
No, ma'am.
Check bouncing. Check bouncing.
So you want me to explain what check bouncing is?
Yeah, what is the offense of check bouncing? There I'm showing it.
Yeah, so basically if a check is bounced, the bank may...
What do you mean by dishonor of check?
And that means the check is not accepted by the bank either because of the fact that the money is not there, or there is some issue in the check, like the details are not written properly, or the bank, there are not sufficient funds in the bank.
Yeah.
So that's dishonoring of check.
What are the other reasons
of check bouncing?
Yeah.
So the other
insufficient funds, frozen accounts, stale check. What are the remedies? What are the remedies for a dishonor of check? What are the remedies for dishonor of check? Okay, just now your friend talked about what do you mean by surface I? What is that? Just now he spoke, no, registrar of your class.
Surface I.
Where were you? You were drinking tea or eating food? Come on, Vaibhav, explain to her.
Yes, ma'am. So, Surface I Act is basically, it stands for Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act. The basic agenda of establishing this act was to lay down a process to help Indian lenders, to recover their dues quickly. The banks, they were facing a lot of trouble in recovering their loan that they have issued. So,
Urja,
the Act was
Urja.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the meaning of securitization?
Ma'am, what is the meaning of?
Securitization.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, tell me the preamble of Reserve Bank of India.
I don't know.
The next one after her.
Yes, ma'am.
Vaibhavi, Reserve Bank of India, preamble.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah.
So the preamble of RBI describes the basic functions of RBI, that is to regulate the issue of banknotes and keeping reserves with a view to securing monetary stability.
Yeah. So C for currency, C for credit. Urja?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you got the preamble?
Oh, no, no, ma'am. Give me 1 minute. I'll just...
You don't have to cut and paste for your exam. I'm just asking you the function of Reserve Bank of India.
The function is to print. RBI is the Central Bank of India, and its function is 1 minute. So RBI is the Central Bank of India, and its function is to regulate and print the notes.
Who does the supervision of banks?
RBI, because it's the Central Bank of India.
Who maintains the fluctuation in foreign currency?
RBI.
Who is the regulator of corporate?
RBI, ma'am.
Regulator of corporate in India?
Ma'am, SEBI.
Okay, now tell me the function. Now she explained to you, Vaibhavi, the function of Reserve Bank. Okay, what is it? At least you understood what is a IPR?
Indian Depository Receipt, right?
IPR.
Actually, my phone. Ma'am, can you repeat?
Vaibhavi, repeat for her my question.
The end of RBI of India describes the basic functions of SEBI, and the preamble of RBI is to regulate the banknotes and keeping of the reserves with a view to securing the monetary policies or stability in India.
Urja Kimi, what is intellectual property rights?
Ma'am, copyright, patents, trademarks are intellectual property rights.
Okay, what is the environment policy right now? Supreme Court in MC Mehta versus Union of India.
Ma'am, I'll be very honest, there's actually an emergency at my place, so I haven't been able to concentrate very well in the lecture. Just 1 minute. So I haven't been able to really work out.
What was your project you spoke?
Ma'am, it was, it was about FII and SEBI.
You had spoken?
Huh? No, ma'am, my group is remaining.
Okay, plus by that time you revise some problems because you're getting
there's a little bit of emergency at my place, so I can't really. I mean,
when I have an emergency, there's a death in my family. No, when we are finishing up today, we have to be ready with everything. You know, I took all this in detail. I had taken all this in detail. What is DRT?
I don't know.
Anybody can explain to her what is DRT?
So, debt recovery tribunals were created in 1993.
We cannot hear you. You're not audible, Vaibhavi.
Ma'am, I can't hear.
Vaibhavi, you're not audible.
Yeah.
Now, Urja, you have to keep quiet. When we could hear you, you're not talking.
Because I didn't know.
Am I audible?
You didn't know, so can I give you 5 marks out of 10? Vaibhav?
Yes, ma'am.
Just explain what is DRT. Now listen carefully, Urja.
Ma'am, can I?
No. Okay, who out of this next students can speak about what is DRT?
So, ma'am, DRT is debt recovery tribunals, and this is an act to speed up the cases for financial recovery by banks.
And what is DRAT?
Ma'am, it's appellate tribunal, direct recovery of appellate tribunal.
Yeah. Now, Urja, can you tell me the company law mein what is the advantage of being a company? Advantage of being a company?
Ma'am, advantage of being a company is that it enjoys a separate legal existence, so that even if the owner or the owner dies or passes away, the company will still be into existence. It enjoys going concern as well. Then there is
What is the disadvantage?
Unlimited liability can be a disadvantage.
Why Sahara Subrato Roy was arrested?
Why? Who is arrested?
Subrato Roy. SEBI versus Sahara.
Because he took he took a loan which was way beyond his capacity to pay.
So only that was the reason?
I mean, he did a debt. It was a debt.
Only one reason?
Yeah.
What did the court do? The disadvantage of being a company?
They sealed his.
What is the disadvantage of a company? You told the advantage. What is the disadvantage that the Supreme Court showed in Subrato Roy's case?
Ma'am,
did you attend all my lectures?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when you come for your group speaking, you please thorough once again, okay?
I'm extremely sorry for today.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, next one. Come on, next ones.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, Vaibhav Bhutia.
Yeah, Vaibhav, come
Vaibhav
on.
Bhutia.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'll go ahead with the SEBI versus Sahara case study.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, ma'am, I'll go through the facts right now. Sahara Indian Real Estate Corporation
Just
Limited.
brief, you speak. Just speak. Now we spoke, no? We should just brief me. Why Subrato Roy was arrested? Lifting
Ma'am,
the
Subrato Roy, ma'am, it was basically lifting the corporate wheel by making some ultra-wild transactions that led to the downfall of Subrato Roy. And as she said,
now listen to him.
And as she said that there were loans taken beyond his capacity, which he was unable to pay.
So inability to pay debts, na?
Yes, ma'am.
So losses. The third one was losses.
Losses.
And tax evasion. Lots of tax evasion, no? From all the authorities, they wanted his custody, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Directorate wanted, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So overall, it is lifting the corporate wheel.
Corporate wheel, yes, ma'am.
That's a disadvantage. Now tell me, Urja, what is the disadvantage of being a company? Just now, Vaibhav spoke, no?
Yeah, ma'am, tax evasion.
What happens when a particular corporate evades tax? Can the corporate be arrested? Can the company be arrested?
If the tax evasion is not within...
Please come ready. Vanshika Sharma, Varun Kundrawal, Varun Ketan, Varun Machar, Vatsal.
Yes,
Come on,
ma'am.
the next 20 fast, please. The next 20 fast.
Can I speak my part?
Yeah.
Yes. So my case was Crocs USA, Crocs Inc. USA versus Bata India Limited and others.
Why is this Vikrant entering now? Because this is coming now, right? Yeah, come on, speak.
Okay, so the case is about industrial design. So industrial design or design patent, it is a type of intellectual property right that gives exclusive right to the owner of article to sell and protect the design. So Crocs had filed a suit against Bata India Limited, and the Crocs filed a case for permanent injunction seeking to stop all the other manufacturers from making the design of appellant footwear. So the issues in the case were whether the plaintiff's design was in the public domain prior to registration or not, and whether the design of the plaintiff footwear was new, unique, and original. Plaintiff is the person who brings the case against another in a court of law, and whether the registered design constitute a trademark and whether a design can function as trademark or not. So the rules applied in the case were Section 2D of the Design Act, Section 22 of the Designs Act 2000, Trademarks Act 1999, and cancellation of registration.
So the judgment clearly mentions that the design does not constitute to be a trademark in the eyes of law, and the judges said that only the extra features which affect the goodwill, not the ordinary features of the footwear, and trademarks overlapping with design rights are a very big problem which came from the landmark judgment. So this problem is difficult to find, and it ensures that the rights are not overlapping, and applicants seeking design registration will look to define their claim more strategically so that they can get the most from their intellectual property.
Yeah.
So
So
this case,
the next one, who is the speaker?
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Vaibhavi Taylor, and my topic is SURFACI Act and Section 31. So, SURFACI Act empowers the banks to auction the residential and commercial properties that have been pledged with them for the recovery of the due loans. And earlier, it was like the financial institutions had to take the recourse to the court for the recovery.
Vanshika Sharma. Varun.
Yes, ma'am.
Varun Machar, please come fast and start speaking. Get ready your brief.
Yes, ma'am, I am there. My video is on.
Yeah.
Can I continue, ma'am?
Yeah.
So they had to take the recourse to the civil suits, which was a lengthy and time-consuming process. So that is the reason that SURFACI Act was introduced, and the borrowers need to, the banks need to issue a writing notice to the borrowers for the default of discharge of the liabilities after the 90 days of default. And the Section 31 implies that in which cases the act is not.
You're just reading out. Should I give test?
No, ma'am, I'm not reading.
Okay, tell me, what is IRDA? Vaibhavi, what is IRDA? I told you brief, you have to prepare and come.
Ma'am, I'm briefing only.
No. Without saying I told to brief, no? Almost all of you are reading. Come on. What are the roles and responsibilities, IRDA?
No, ma'am.
What is IRDA standing for?
Insurance Regulatory and Development.
For insurance companies.
Who is the regulator for corporate in India?
SEBI.
Varun, can you keep quiet? Vaibhav, can you keep quiet? Vaibhavi, what is the principle of doctrine of indoor management?
I don't know, ma'am.
Doctrine of ultra via.
Beyond the power. Doctrine of ultra violence beyond the power.
Yeah, why was SEBI introduced?
Because to prevent the frauds and the misconduct in the rate.
Vaibhavi, what is NPA?
NPA is the non-performing assets, ma'am.
Yeah, and what is CAMELS?
It is capital adequacy, management, earning, and liabilities.
So what does the Reserve Bank check when you are from Reserve Bank, you're going to supervise? What is your duty?
I don't know.
CAMELS, no, you're going to check what in the bank? What are you going to inspect the bank?
There is no.
Okay, Vaibhav, speak now. I don't know what the girls are doing. They're not attending properly only. Yeah. Vaibhav.
Yes, ma'am. So,
no, Vaibhavi, you're not supposed to go. This is the problem with you all. This is the problem with you all. Never attentive in the class. In the classroom, you cannot do this in the classroom when I'm teaching. That's why everybody gets at least 75 marks. Now you all will get not even 40 marks with this knowledge. Because you all don't be there. Okay, Hema ma'am is teaching, let her teach. I can go and enjoy. Yeah, tell me.
So
how can
the case was
the earlier one also, how she's speaking. Not a single answer proper. Simple thing, what is DRT, they don't know. What is SEBI, they don't know. What is RBI, they don't know. All those who are getting less than 5 will be appearing for a test. All those who are getting less than 5 marks will be appearing for a test. Okay, Vaibhav, speak now.
Yes, ma'am. So the case was about MC Mehta versus Kamal Nath. So basically, a company called Span Motors Private Limited had an ambitious project called Span Resorts, and Kamal Nath, who was the Minister of Environment and Forest, had direct links with the company. So they planned to build a resort. So the encroachment had an impact on the course of River Bees. So around for more than 5 months, they moved the bulldozers and the earth movers to turn the course of river and diverted the flow. So these activity caused floods in the river, and property worth 105 crores was destroyed. So the Supreme Court held the forest land, which had been given to lease to Motel Company, so that the area was ecologically fragile and should not be converted into a private ownership.
So what are the remedies? What are the remedies?
Yes, ma'am. The Supreme
What
Court
are the
also
remedies? Infringement of Environment Protection Act. What are the remedies?
Doctrine of public. Supreme Court also applied the doctrine of public trust, which simply says that the resources such as air, water, forest should be freely available to everyone, and with respective to status in life. So then Supreme Court also asked the company to pay compensation to the exemplary damages and the pollution department to keep a check on their activities.
So if a case study comes and they ask you what is the remedy available, what will you write? Varun? You want a remedy in this case. You are a neighborhood house over there and somebody is infringing that particular environment law. What do you want? What will you tell your lawyer? For example, if I am your lawyer and your home is there, what do you want from the court?
Ma'am, compensation.
What is that called?
Exemplary damages.
Exemplary damages. Plus also, what did the minister do there? He diverted the river flow to his own resort. So what you will claim? It should be stopped. It should be stopped. The injunction order should be taken, right? So what is happening even when intellectual property rights are infringed? If your copyright or a patent is infringed, what remedy you want? What remedy you want? Case study, how are you going to apply? What is the remedy you want in court for infringement or violation of a right? Okay, Varun, brief your case. Brief your law.
Securitization is nothing but an acquisition of an asset by a securitization company or a reconstruction company. And asset reconstruction is also like an acquisition by the same securitization company or the asset reconstruction company. Here, the asset reconstruction company and securitization companies are those companies that are registered under the company law, and as the asset reconstruction company and a securitization company. And
so what do you mean by securitization?
Ma'am, the process of acquisition of an asset by a company.
Okay, in special contracts, what did you know in special contracts? Do you know what is the right of lien?
Right of... I remember the exemplary damages, and in special contract I remember the I actually have to recollect the right of lien.
What is pledge?
Get a start.
What do you mean by pledge?
Pledge is like if I want a loan from a bank, I'll pledge my asset or I'll pledge my security with the bank so that I get the loan.
Okay, correct. Now, Vaibhav, what do you mean by hypothecation? What do you mean by hypothecation? A charge on a vehicle, no? If you are a banker and somebody wants a loan, vehicle loan, so what will you do? You will hypothecate, right? You will hypothecate, na? You will ask for hypothecation, hai na? Yes. Vanshika, come and brief your project.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. So my topic was trademark, and I'll be talking about the case study Coca-Cola Company versus Distillery International Private Limited. So the parties to this case contended on infringement of trademark within and outside the jurisdiction with the brand rates. Here, the plaintiff is the Coca-Cola Company and the defendant is Distillery International Private Limited. The case states that on November 12, 1993, the plaintiff and the defendant signed a master agreement of transferring.
What was the order given here? What was the order given here, Vanshika?
Injunction was given so that the say order is put.
And the production of Maaza is stopped, hai na?
Stopped, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what was the principle over there? You're not supposed to infringe anybody's
trademarks.
Yeah. So Vaibhavi, come on, tell me now, what did Vanshika speak? Vaibhavi, what did Vanshika speak?
We talk about the infringement.
What was the case she spoke now?
Coca-Cola versus.
What happened exactly in that case? Okay, Vanshika, tell once again.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, the plaintiff and the defendant signed a master agreement of transferring of trademark, formulation rights, know-how, intellectual property rights of Maaza to the Coca-Cola Company.
So, which is the drink that you're famous for? Which was the infringement of Maaza, no?
Yes,
you
ma'am.
Don't know. What is the case? Come on, Vaibhavi. You're not listening. That is the issue with you. Such a famous case and it may come for your exam. Okay, next one. Come on, next five. Next five fast. Next five. Next 10, please fast. Brief. Come on, start briefing next 10.
Can I?
Yeah, come on, start.
My name is Vinit and my case is Yahoo versus Akash Arora. So the case was all about trademark case. So basically, there was a company of Akash Arora which was registered under the name of Network Link Internet Solution. They acquired the domain name of Yahoo India.
Yash Lentin, Yash Jain, Yash Rajkumar, Yash Bharadwaj, Brinda, all of you be ready now. Come on fast.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Come on fast.
So,
get ready to brief your projects. Yeah.
So they got a domain name under Yahoo India and they began replicating the content, form and pattern of the Yahoo, to which Yahoo filed a complaint for infringement of the trademark and also for passing off. So order of injunction was under Order 39, Rule 1 and 2. And which for the defendant for the permanent injunction of the Trademark and Merchandise Act. So here the argument of the plaintiff, that is the Yahoo, was that the domain name should have the equitable rights as the trademarks, and the defendants are cyber squatters. So cyber squatters are basically those who copy the take on the similar domain names and copy the form and matter of the other companies and earn profit over those by misleading customers that they are the other companies.
Yeah,
so,
correct.
So Mr. Kapil Sibal was the counsel for the Yahoo, who argued that the domain is registered under the company's name and trademark, and its registration is India is currently pending. To which the defendant's argument was that they relied on the section 27 and 29 of the Trademark Merchandise Act, which defines that a trademark includes only goods and not goods and services.
Yeah.
So Yahoo being a service company, so the defendants argued that it does not apply to the service. And
what was the order? What was the order by the court? What was the order by the court?
The court's order was in favor of Yahoo, So while giving the judgment, the court took in considerations from the case of Marks and Spencers versus one in a million case.
Yeah.
Also, they took the court's decision was also relied on Lanham Act, section 32.
Yeah.
And so, according to the court, according to the court, Yahoo and Yahoo India are very similar domain names, and it would mislead people to believe that Yahoo India is a subsidiary of Yahoo, and which could cause
so what
Yahoo
was
to lose its
what was the
customer.
principle over here? No infringement of Yahoo ka what it was? It was a domain name, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So what are the remedies for infringement of intellectual property rights?
Injunction and exemplary damages.
Yeah, come on. Vishal Pednekar, brief, come on. Vinay,
Yes, ma'am.
Vedant, Vibhushita. Just brief, fatafat.
Yes, ma'am.
Just
Good
brief.
evening, ma'am. My name is Vishal Pednekar. So my topic was issues faced in the Surface Act. So the Reserve Bank of India guidelines in relation to classification of assets, where they could not, they didn't follow it properly. They couldn't classify the assets which were substandard assets, doubtful debts, or loss assets. Then the next was grievances of the borrower
What is
are
that?
not
What
set.
is that called? That is classification of asset, है ना?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is
I told.
classification of
Yes,
asset.
classification of assets according to the time spent, the damages caused.
Yeah,
Then we
correct.
have grievances of the borrower that are not settled at the first place by the debt recovery tribunal.
Yeah.
Then sale of assets under the act without following the law, like even after receiving notices from the
What is
withdrawal, like the
securitization, Vishal?
ma'am,
What is securitization?
securitization is to acquire a particular asset of the
Huh.
lender, which is being mortgaged,
So
or
what
you
is
can.
DRT? What is DRT?
And DRT is the debt recovery tribunal, which facilitates the recovery of money from the
Yeah,
person
correct.
who takes loan.
Yeah, correct. What is DRAT?
Ma'am, it is debt recovery appellate tribunal.
Very
It
good.
is.
Very good. What did the Supreme Court coin in MC Mehta versus Union of India? The principle?
Sorry.
Principle coined by Supreme Court in MC Mehta versus Union of India.
Ma'am,
Polluter?
I don't know.
Okay, Vrinda.
Okay, ma'am,
Absolute lies.
Ma'am, gas leak, one thing you are asking.
Polluter pays, है ना?
Yes.
The polluter pays, है ना? So what he has to pay? What does the polluter have to pay?
The damages caused because of the.
Should it be nominal damage? Or should
Nominal,
it
yes,
be
ma'am. Exemplary.
Exemplary damage. So can you tell me the disadvantage of being a company?
Disadvantages, ma'am. Ma'am, you have unlimited liability.
Subrata Roy को क्यों arrest?
Yes, inadequacy to pay the amount which was borrowed.
What are the advantages that Supreme Court did not give? Lifting the
corporate veil.
They lifted the corporate veil because.
Come on, Brinda, brief your things fast.
Ma'am, my topic was RBI and its functions and NPA, non-performing assets. So the basic functions of RBI are that RBI is the regulator of the banking sector. As if you have to open a bank, you have to take permission from the RBI, and it regulates the central all the banks in India. And it is a banker to the government, and it regulates the reserve.
Thank you, Vrinda. You were there on the first day, right, for the moot court, Anna?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Vikrant, come on, brief your thing.
Yes, ma'am. My topic was NPA, which is also known as non-performing assets.
Yeah.
These are actually basically loan or advance for which a principal or an interest payment remains overdue for a period of around 90 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, if we talk about the classification of NPA on the basis of assets, there are substandard assets, doubtful assets.
Okay, what does CAMEL stand for?
Ma'am,
C for A, for M, for E, for L, for Reserve Bank of India. Tell me the preamble. Tell me the preamble. Come on fast, I have a criminal procedure lecture now.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, no idea.
Okay, come on. The remaining people, come on fast. Vedansh, come on fast.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. So, ma'am, I'm explaining the contract laws and as well as, ma'am, Consumer Protection Law 1986, a case study on the Dharmadas Patnani versus HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company Limited. So, the complaint is about the Dharmadas Patnani advised by the doctor
What was the topic over here?
Ma'am, contract laws as well as the Consumer Protection Law 1986.
Okay, contract law, can you tell me what is void contract?
In the contract laws we have to just through about the life insurance contract as well as
MUD, what is minus contract? Is it void or is it okay?
It's ma'am void.
So which yeah, who is left now? Yash Clanton, all those Yash, 4 or 5 Yash.
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. All the yeshes are remaining.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I am also remaining.
I
am remaining, ma'am.
Come on, fast. How many are remaining? Come on, fast.
May
I
I?
have a
Ma'am, should I start?
lecture.
May I start?
Ma'am, may I start?
Come on, Vishal. Come on, start fast.
Yes, ma'am. So basically, my topic was RBI and the role that it plays with the government. So even the government needs a banker for itself. So managing the government's banking transactions is the RBI's role. Like individuals have banks, businesses have banks, even banks have financial institutions to cater to their financing needs. So even a government needs a bank to carry out its financial transactions in an efficient and effective manner. And that includes effective raising of funds from the public. The institution is also a regulator and a supervisor of the financial system. It prescribes broad parameters of banking operations.
Vicheta, can you brief your project?
Yes, ma'am. So my topic is types of insurance. So it includes fire insurance, life insurance, marine insurance, guarantee insurance, and liability insurance. So starting with the fire insurance. So fire insurance is a property insurance that covers the damages that is caused by fire. So the purchase of fire insurance, in addition to homeowners or property insurance, it helps to cover the cost of replacement, repair, or reconstruction of property. And then besides, fire insurance also covers the property losses and damages caused due to the smoke and water that is caused by the firefighters. Now, fire insurance policy is classified into 15 types and it is mostly based on the insurance hazards and the insurance risk. Now,
okay, Vishal, just let me know yours in brief, Vishal.
Yes, ma'am.
And Yash Clanton, come on fast. Introduction and summary of.
Ma'am, can I start till then?
Yeah, come on fast.
So good evening, ma'am. My name is Yash Bharadwaj, and my case study is Solomon versus Solomon. And the principal behind this, separate legal entity is the principal behind this case. So Mr. Solomon was a shoe businessman. He started his own company with an investment about £39,000, out of which £20,000 were 20,000 shares were issued by Mr. Solomon, and the remaining 1,000 were issued in form of debts. Later, the business suffered some kind of loss due to constant strike of the labor. So there was need of funds. So Mr. Border issued 5,000 shares, but ultimately this did not help the business, and the business finally was bankrupt, and the business went down. So
Yash Jain, Yash Rajkumar, Yash Bharat.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yash Jain here. So, ma'am, Yash Jain here. I'll be talking about what is NIA, non-negotiable instrument, and what are the characteristics and what are the presumptions for NIA. So now, firstly, NIA is a written and transferable document, right? So it is drawn when you want to pay someone a certain sum of money. So negotiable means transferable, and instrument means. Yeah, ma'am, I hope I'm audible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So negotiable means instrument, and return means transferable. Right, so it is a transferable instrument. Now, there are certain characteristics of a negotiable instrument. The first thing, it is freely transferable. So you can transfer it from one person to another. Secondly, that there are any number of endorsements. You can endorse it as many times as you want. Third is that it is free from all defects. That means there is no defect in the title of the instrument.
regardless of what has happened in the previous transfers. And lastly, there is one last, which is that the holder of the negotiable instrument can sue in his own name without any prior notice to the debtor.
Yash, what is the case in T-board? What is the case in T-board?
Sorry, ma'am?
Ma'am, the T-board
Yash
case,
Rajkumar,
Okay.
the T-board case was a landmark case based on geographical indication, trademark act, trademark Darjeeling tea, and trademark act and passing off. So these three were the main reasons for the case, and the decision was upheld. So the main reason was the use of the word Darjeeling, and the second reason was the logo.
Vishal Mehta, can you speak on brief your project? Vishal?
I just did like.
Okay, sorry. Yash Lenton is left, light. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
Vedant,
I'm
come
also
on.
left.
Yeah, come on.
Also left.
I have
I'm also left, ma'am.
I have 520 a criminal procedure lecture now. 520.
I have just 15 marks presentation left, ma'am.
That we will do it now. We will be calling you for Zoom.
Okay, ma'am. That you will be informing it to CR, ma'am.
My 15 marks is done. I have to go for 10 marks.
10 marks.
Is it okay if I go?
Ma'am, even 10 marks Mahana left.
So
Yes, ma'am, mine also.
please the remaining ones, no, give me the list.
Hello.
Give me the list. We will meet again on Zoom separate. Okay. Okay. I have a 520 lecture now.
Okay, ma'am.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
where is our captain's Baba? Vanshika.
Thank you, ma'am.
Vanshika.
Ma'am, so Yash Bharadwaj is done now for 10.
So Yash, 1 minute. I'll talk to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yash, Yash, all of you just, where is Vanshika? Where is Vansh? 51.
Yes, ma'am.
Just take a snapshot of everyone present right now. Vanshika, take a snapshot.
Yes, ma'am.
Take a snapshot. Vansh, where is Vansh? All the 51 participants over here. I want all the 51 participants seen over here.
Ma'am, you need to stop sharing your screen so that
I will stop
I can,
sharing.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm stopping sharing. Yeah. Come on. Take it properly, Vanshika. And where is Vansh also? Where is our Suyash? Where is registrar? I think so all of you understood the law and ready for your exam. You know? All of you ready for your exam? Okay, so all the ones remaining, kindly give me the name so that we'll meet once again on Zoom. Okay? Yeah, come on. Vanshika, where is Vansh and all? Tejas, come on.
Vansh is here.
Yeah, come on. Yash Lenton, thank you so much. Yash, for all your contribution. I think so. We have been already given corporate governance. Hope to get some of you at least back. Corporate governance after your pre-midterm. Maybe I might get some of you back, but please write the law exam nicely, okay? Don't just cut and paste. Yes, just take a snapshot. Vansh, just take a snapshot of everyone. 51 are there.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do that.
Yeah, please take it properly. And thank you, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much, all of you. Okay. So it was nice, though it was online, it was nice training you all. Vedant, Vipul, Twinkle, Vaibhav, Twinkle, awesome, all of you. Swati Menon, Brinda, thank you. Vishal Mehta, thank you. Supriya, thank you for the first mood court. First mood court, you're there, Hannah. I think so. Without seeing me, you all got ready, Hannah. So it was very nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Corporate governance will go nice. Your corporate governance is going to go very nice. Okay.
Ma'am, Virat Khatri's birthday is there today. He's on screen right now.
Okay, come on, let us wish him happy birthday.
Just his birthday also.
Okay, that's nice. Come on, let us wish them. Come on. Where is
Happy
Virat?
birthday, Tejas.
Happy birthday. Have a nice day. And where is Vansh? Vansh is never appearing on screen. Okay. And where is my Suyash captain? Suyash.
Yes, ma'am.
Suyash. Thank you so much, Suyash. Yash
you, ma'am.
and team, I'll be really appreciating if you all are writing your law paper very nicely. Okay, thank you all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
You all were really
Thank you,
awesome.
ma'am.
All of
Thank
you
you.
were excellent. Okay,
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
wish you all the best for the interview.
Thank you,
For
ma'am.
your interview, put some 100 good whatever we learned here, some special things like prejudicial and affecting public interest, something nice, polluter pays, whatever your interview questions, group discussions, prepare something extra and keep so that you all will get into. Okay, and all those who got into, congratulations. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye bye. Have a lecture.
Take care, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye.
ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Bye bye. I'm ending the meet, okay, captains? I'm
Yes, ma'am.
ending.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, bye all of you.
Bye.
Jiska le gaya hai na, we'll make a list and then we'll put a Zoom meet for them. Don't ask them not to worry. Okay. And
Okay.
those who couldn't speak today also, if they want to speak, they can come back again. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. I'll do that.
Those who couldn't speak, maybe they're having some emergency, right? Thank you so much.